$1 trillion. That's how much big tech is borrowing to build the AI future, and the world's most powerful financial watchdog just said it might all end in a crash that makes the dot-com bust look like a minor correction. But here's the thing nobody is talking about in the middle of all this panic. There's a quiet price war happening right now that cuts your AI bill in half. And by the end of this video, I'm going to show you exactly who's winning, who's about to lose everything, and the one move that could save you serious money this month. Let's start with the scary part, because it's genuinely wild. The Bank for International Settlements, that's the central bank for all the world's central banks, basically the most conservative financial institution on earth, just dropped its 2026 annual report. And it did not mince words. 5 of the biggest hyperscalers, Alphabet, Amazon, Meta, Microsoft, Oracle, are on track to spend over $1 trillion on AI infrastructure across 2025 and 2026. $1 trillion. And here's what actually bugs me about this number. Their spending is already outpacing their earnings and free cash flow. So they're issuing debt, lots of it. Alphabet, Amazon, Meta, Microsoft, and Oracle collectively raised over $255 billion through debt and equity offerings in just the first half of this year alone. The BIS compared this to the canal mania of the 1830s, the British railway bubble of the 1840s, the dot-com crash of 2000. Each one started with a genuinely transformative technology, and each one ended in an economy-wide recession when the investment outran the actual returns. The BIS didn't call it a bubble outright, but it said, and I'm quoting directly here, that today's AI boom bears resemblance to these precedents. That's central banker for, we are sweating. And here's where it gets crazy. Because even as this debt bomb ticks in the background, a completely separate war is breaking out at ground level, a price war for your AI dollar. On July 9th, just days ago, OpenAI quietly launched GPT 5.6, a whole new model family with 3 tiers. Sol at the top, Terra in the middle, and a brand new Luna tier at the bottom, $1 per million input tokens. That's the cheapest production-grade flagship AI has ever been at this capability level. But the bigger story isn't even the new models. It's the pricing tiers hiding underneath them. OpenAI's API now has 4 processing modes: Standard, Priority, Flex, and Batch. And Batch and Flex? They both cut your token costs by 50%. 50. You just wait up to 24 hours for your results instead of getting them instantly. For any task that doesn't need a real-time response, bulk document processing, content generation, data extraction, overnight analysis, that's literally half price. Same frontier model, half the bill, and the prompt caching discount is even more insane. If you reuse the same system prompt repeatedly, which pretty much every developer does, OpenAI charges you only 10% of the normal input rate. 90% off. On GPT 5.6 Sol, that's 50 cents per million tokens instead of $5. The price ladder right now runs from 5 cents per million tokens at the budget end all the way to $180 at the absolute premium extreme. That's a 3,600 times spread on the same vendor platform. Meanwhile, on the consumer side, Anthropic's Claude Sonnet 5 launched at $2 per million input tokens, cheaper than OpenAI's equivalent, with that intro pricing locked until August 31st. And DeepSeek still undercuts everyone at the flagship tier on raw token price. There has never been more competition for your AI spend than right now. So here's my honest, slightly contrarian take. The BIS is right that the $1 trillion debt binge is a real risk. Private credit loans to AI companies grew from about $3 billion in 2010 to over $40 billion in 2025. That's not nothing. If AI doesn't deliver the productivity gains that justify these bets, the pullback will be fast and it will be ugly. Not just for tech stocks, for the broader economy. The connections between hyperscalers, private lenders, and AI labs are opaque enough that a shock in one place could spread fast. But here's what the doom and gloom crowd misses. The actual cost of using AI is collapsing even as the cost of building it explodes. Stanford tracked inference costs for a GPT 3.5 level model and found they dropped more than 280-fold between late 2022 and late 2024. That curve has only steepened into 2026. The executives borrowing billions are betting on a future where AI is everywhere. The developers and businesses routing tasks through Batch API and prompt caching are already living in that future, at half the price, today. So who's the real winner here? Not the hyperscalers leveraging up to build the infrastructure. Not necessarily the AI labs burning cash on model research. The winners are the people who figure out how to use the tools cheap, fast, and smart, while the giants play their trillion-dollar game of chicken. That's you, if you're paying attention. If this breakdown saved you money or at least made the insanity slightly more legible, subscribe. We cover the AI and tech money moves that actually matter, every week.